So, there we go. There we go. This is where we get answers.
From Brad.
From Brad. To your immigration question. To your immigration question.
From Brad.
From Brad.
Brad's our guy.
There we go. Hello. All right, let's go to Mary in Los Angeles. Okay, Wiz, cut the music, Wiz. There.
Hello.
Mary, how are you, my dear?
Good, how are you?
Good, what's going on?
Yeah, I just have a few questions because, like, I have a car accident last time, just this month, actually, at fault, with no insurance, and the person, I'm just there, like, the person went to the hospital just to check. So my question is that it might be, like, end up being a misdemeanor, and then a suspension of driver's license. Mm-hmm. So is this going to affect my processing of citizenship for good moral?
It very well. Any arrest does. Driving without insurance, having a conviction for it, would affect good moral character. It's highly unlikely it's a crime of moral turpitude that would make you a deportable alien, and even if as a green card holder. And it's even more unlikely that if it was a crime of moral turpitude, that it wouldn't be anything more than a petty offense. But I would actually have to look at the law to see what it is that you were found guilty of. But it certainly does affect good moral character, driving without insurance. And you're going to have to be able to show that, you are otherwise a person of good moral character. But if you ask, will it affect? Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I cannot file my citizenship.
No,
then?
I didn't say you could not file it. What I said is it affects it. So if you have something that may affect your citizenship, number one, you can't, if you have a pending criminal case right now, you cannot file your citizenship. You have to see what happens with it. Number two, let's assume it's resolved, and you would need to come with evidence to say, even though this shows I'm not a person of good moral character, I have all this evidence, this huge thing of evidence that says I am a person of good moral character. So you would have to rebut that presumption. Maybe you're not charged with a crime. If you're not charged with a crime, then it's irrelevant.
Oh, okay. So basically, it can also boil out to the point to the criminal case. Then it's not a civil case.
If it's a traffic violation, then that's one thing. If it is a criminal case, that's something else. I don't know what happened, and I don't know how they're treating it out in California. I don't know what they would be charging you with.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I think maybe you probably need a consultation, and you also need an insurance broker. You need both. Hold on one second. All right, you need to get insurance if you drive.
Yeah.
But you also need a consultation. It really comes down to, how would I know what she's being charged with? I would have to see if it's criminal, traffic violation, or nothing.
Right.
We don't know. All right, let's go to Diane in New York. Diane, I hear a little feedback. Diane.
I hear.
Okay.
Hello.
How are you, Diane?
I'm okay. I'm asking my question is, you have a stroke interview, and my husband is supposed to do and prep surgery for that day. What can we do about it?
If your husband's going to be hospitalized on the day of the interview, bring a letter from the doctor or the hospital saying he has been admitted to a hospital and cannot attend, and they will reschedule it.
Okay, should I bring it before or on the same day?
Bring it on that day.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to Sophia in Belle Glade, Florida. Sophia.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good night, sorry. My question is, my husband put in a petition for me in last year, November, and April of this year, the 30th, I had my interview, and a week later, they requested more information, which we sent in.
What was the information that they requested?
Information about my husband's job.
For an affidavit support issue?
No, they just wanted to see, because he works with the sugar company. He works 6 months on, 6 months off. So they wanted to make sure what he was earning.
Okay, yeah, for affidavit support issues. Okay, so then you did that.
Right.
And
we never heard back from them.
How
So
long
in
has it been?
September,
How long has it been now?
it's the 30th of April, we had the interview. A week
May,
later,
June,
so
July, August.
by
So
the
you're about 5-6 months into it.
right. So back in September, my dad passed in Jamaica, and I went in. I scheduled an InfoPass
Right.
appointment. I went in, and I wanted an emergency travel document. They told me they could give it to me, but I must bear in mind that I'm out of status, and that could mean if I go upon my return, I wouldn't be let back in the country, and then my husband would have to do it all over.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
If you have a pending adjustment and you have advanced parole and you leave with a pending adjustment and you stay out of the country for a short period of time, by law they have to let you back in.
Yeah, the officer told me that I would be out of status,
No, your officer lied to you and prevented you from going to your father's funeral. What a terrible thing.
Yeah, and then oh my God, I lost my chain of thought. I'm sorry. Yeah. They told me that they brought the case to the attention of the officer that was handling it, and I still haven't heard anything from them from September.
I think they've been violating your rights by not making a decision after 6 months. They did a terrible thing to you by telling you can't travel to your father's funeral. I would suggest filing a mandamus, or at least what's called a pre-litigation mandamus, which is a threat of here's a lawsuit coming down your throat or approve my case, one or the other. But I think at this point that's what you would require. If you need help, you can hold on 1 second about that. Let's go to Prince in Staten Island, New York. Prince.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Prince.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Prince.
I know it's Prince.
Calling from.
I know it's Prince. I know it's Prince. What's your question?
Yeah, this Prince calling from Staten Island. Sorry, I wanted to ask. What's the implication if someone fail a green card interview 2 times? That is, one on normal interview and the second one on stroke interview. What would be the implication?
Your adjustment application's denied. They'll put you in deportation, and perhaps if you did terrible on your Stokes interview, they may even charge you with marriage fraud.
With what?
Marriage fraud.
Mm.
So the implication is you're denied, most likely being put in deportation, and if you failed your Stokes miserably, they could even charge you with marriage fraud. There's 3 implications there.
Okay, but what if they put someone on deportation? What can someone do?
I don't know anything about their case. If you are out of status, and you're in deportation, there's only 3 things you can do. One is say, don't deport me, I'm eligible for my green card, and prove it's a real marriage, or maybe you're in a new marriage, or maybe it's an abuse case, but somehow prove you're eligible for your green card immediately. 2, apply for cancellation of removal for a non-U.S. citizen, prove you've been here for 10 years, there'd be hardship to your family, and you're a person of good moral character, or prove you've been here for 3 years, and you're an abused spouse, or some sort of application that your life's in danger if you have to go back home, whether it's asylum, Convention Against Torture, withholding of removal. Those are everybody's options. What is your particular option? What should you do? I don't know. I don't know anything about your case. I think you need a consultation.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Sorry, on asylum or on what? I can't come again.
There's asylum, there's withholding of removal, there's Convention Against Torture. They're all similar in the sense that my life's in danger if I go home. They all require different levels of legal analysis to determine whether or not you can apply and get approved on any of those type of cases. So hold on one second. All right, hold on. Let's go to STAYCIA in Brooklyn, New York. STAYCIA.
To the dramatic rescue.
Hi, Brad. Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm good, thanks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
My question is, okay, my husband petitioned for me in October. I did my biometrics and everything, but we did not send in the medical. However, I got a courtesy letter yesterday saying that it's basically saying that I didn't send it in, and I must not send it in at this point.
Right. You bring it to
just
the
bring
interview.
it to the
Interview.
Okay, so
what's your question?
Okay, I'm just wondering if that's the problem.
No, you did everything right. You'll bring it to the interview and everything's okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. Enjoy watching your background television show. She was watching something else.
So loud.
But she was watching something else.
Maybe her kid was watching something else.
No, it sounded very adult-like in the background. It didn't sound any cartoonish to me.
It didn't sound like you.
Didn't sound like me. She was watching a different TV show and says, I'm just going to hold on for the free call. Let's go. I saw. Let's go. Elsie in Washington, D.C. Elsie.
Yes, hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I've been standing here out of the metro because I was worried that if I catch the metro, I will miss you.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's cold. I'm sorry. All right, let's help you. Let's help you, Elsie. What's going on?
Yes. Yes, I have my friend. She filed for political asylum, and then she was put in deportation, and her husband is totally disabled. He filed I-130 for her, and the I-130 was approved in September.
Right.
And she's in ICE supervision, and she filed with the Board of Immigration Appeals to have her case reopened. But she's worried because it has been almost a year now. She want to know how long it takes the board to make a decision, and if she have any chance.
I don't know if she has a chance. The best chance she would have is if she did it as a joint motion with the trial attorney's office. Because if you get the trial attorney's office, those are like basically the district attorneys for immigration, to agree to reopen the case, then the government, all the sides say, let's open it, then the Board of Immigration Appeals will open it. Otherwise, if she just made the motion without getting consent from the trial attorneys or permission from the trial attorneys, the Board of Immigration Appeals will most likely not reopen it unless they are legally obligated to do so. So I don't know what their legal obligation to do so would be, unless the motion to reopen was done within 90 days of a final decision by a judge. I don't know.
I think it's back in 2005 that she filed, but the husband got disabled in 2015. He's totally disabled now. That's why he filed for her.
What do you mean by desirable? What do you mean desirable?
Disabled.
Oh, disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is certainly a sympathetic factor that maybe the trial attorney should take into account to join you in the motion to reopen. So.
Okay.
You need them. Hold on one second. It's not the Board of Immigration Appeals. You need the TAs to agree. So hold on one second. Let's go to Stefan in Kansas City, Missouri. Stefan.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I'm all right, man. So I know you receive a lot of compliments, man, on your show, but you're doing a great job, you and your staff.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Man, well done, man. So I have a quick question. I did my biometrics on November 22nd.
Right.
And actually, two questions. And I was wondering, how long it's going to take before I receive my work permit.
Well, it's generally about 5 months from the time you filed. That's what.
I'm sorry, I filed in October.
So October, November, December, January. By January, February.
All right, sounds good. My second question is, look, to be honest with you, being in this environment, especially when you're not American.
Right.
My wife is a U.S. citizen, and we've been having a lot of back and forth. We've been married for 5 years.
Sure.
And the fact that I came to the States, it's more like, what, I'm American. You don't have any rights. I can do whatever I want. I can kick you out, stuff like that. So we've been having a lot of arguments in front of the kids, bad environment. So what happened 2 days ago, I called the cops, and they came over to our house, and they actually, really talked to us about, all right,
why'd you call the cops?
I mean, like, it was just, it was just toxic,
Right.
just being in that environment, and, and I feel like she was threatening me a little bit.
Right.
Like, if you don't do this, you have to go based on that kind of philosophy where people here believe.
I understand what you're
cops,
saying
they
because
came.
you're in a position where the U.S. citizen has the ultimate power over you until you get your green card.
Exactly, and that's just crazy.
That power is I can withdraw the case
Man, that's crazy. And you know what? I to be honest with you,
Right.
I know a lot of folks, they're probably going through the same thing I'm going through. And I'm
That's
just
right.
like, you know, because for a green card, I'm not supposed to stay in a nasty environment. You understand what I mean?
But now also that's why they have the VAWA cases, which is the abuse cases, and it could be physical abuse or in your particular case, extreme emotional abuse. And if you
Right, and in my particular case, you know why it's hard actually to file for the VAWA. You know, we have kids involved and all that, and you know, it's a lot into it. So what happened is,
it's a lot because
you
don't want to break up the marriage because of your kids, I guess.
Exactly. You know what? I care about the kids and all that, so it's pretty tough. So what happened is this. So when the cops they came, you know, they kind of behave like they are counselors. So they start talking to us. So you guys should do this. And we were very polite, and they really appreciate the fact, we communicate with them without yelling and stuff. And they laugh, and they say, best luck to you guys. I know you guys can work it out. So that's the type of conversation they had with us.
Okay.
And I was wondering, because I filed for my adjustment status, will it affect my adjustment status?
No.
Or not?
No, because you don't have it. You weren't arrested.
Right.
So it's perfectly fine.
But man, I'm telling you, man, this is just stressful. Like the time
why don't
you have to wait.
Why don't you go speak to a marriage counselor?
I mean, we try everything. We try everything. But the fact that I'm here,
because
my wife and I will leave overseas for a while.
You're calling the cops to be your marriage counselor. Okay.
I mean, not really. I actually called them.
You called them because it was toxic and you needed a referee to break you guys up.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's correct.
That's what a marriage counselor does. They say, "Here's my card. If you're having a problem, call me at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night." It's not the cops.
Right.
You need a marriage counselor or a therapist or a pastor, somebody to be in the middle and referee you and get you back on track. Because
which is fine
otherwise,
because
cops aren't going to do it. And if you just stay there and I hear your pain, I hear it. Okay.
Right, man. Look, and you know what? The cops would talk to me, and it was like, you know what? A lot of people they go to the same issues, right?
That's right.
Like especially when you're not from here.
That's right.
But what he told me, he said, look, it's not because you're not from here that you don't have any rights. I mean, like, that's what, your wife trying to fool you maybe, but it's not happening at all. It's not because you're from another country that you come here that you don't have rights.
No, you have rights.
He was very clear with that. And, actually really helped to settle the situation down. But
you have to
I know a lot of folks are going through that.
You have to understand something, though, Stefan. Okay?
Right.
If not, you and your wife are just going to go there every day and do the same thing every day, you're just going to get more and more unhappy. You really need somebody. You need somebody to be able to step in, and the job of a marriage counselor is to not say you're right, Stefan, she's wrong, or she's right, you're wrong, Stefan, because there's right and wrong on both sides. I am sure there's never anybody who's 100% right and somebody 0% wrong. The issue is always in marriages that break up. You're fighting over one of two things: either money, okay, and if you fight over money, money's money. You can't, that's what it is. Or you're fighting because the other person is not empathetic to your feelings, okay, and vice versa. You're just not hearing each other. You're not empathetic to how you're feeling. And the marriage counts. If it's money, either you win the lottery or you guys are going to fight over money for the rest of your lives. If it's you're not being empathetic with each other, you're not understanding how the other person feels, you're not listening to each other, you're talking through each other. That's how a marriage counselor helps you. And
I feel that we have a lot of like the culture issues and stuff, because I don't believe in these happy wife, happy life, because you know what? I mean, everybody has to be happy, not just one side. And
that is that is very true. But I also subscribe.
I'm going at it all the time.
Okay. There's a lot of theories. Happy wife, happy life. Yep. You could also subscribe to the theories. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get triggered over small things. Expect your wife is going to, every day, for example, my friend says to me, you know what, every day my wife wakes up and she is just really, really cranky. And as soon as I say something to her, she jumps down my throat. And we used to fight all day long. And you know what I learned?
God.
You know what I learned?
What?
I don't talk to her for the first hour. Okay, this is what he said to me. I don't talk to her. And she goes and does her thing, and she goes to the bathroom. I go use the bathroom downstairs. There's 2 bathrooms in the house. And we see each other in an hour. We're happy. You just give everybody, their thing.
I think I have to start doing that.
So he said, you know what? Every day I know she's going to wake up cranky. Okay? So why am I going to have a fight with her? I know she's waking up cranky. So either I don't sweat the small things or I'm going to keep fighting with her. It's one or the other. So, I mean, I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm just, giving you my 2 cents.
Right. No, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it.
All right.
But look, man, hey, love to you guys. You guys amazing. I'm telling you, man. I love you guys.
All right, thank you very much.
And keep doing what you're doing, all right?
Thank you. All right.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so that was my Dr. Phil moment.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Great.
Okay.
That was amazing.
You did great.
Thank you very much. Now, if I could only listen to my own damn advice, I
Right.
would.
Working on it.
I'm very good at giving out advice. I don't follow my own advice.
That part.
You're going to have to watch this over later tonight.
That's right. I'm going to be like, damn it. Ooh, let me watch my advice. All right, let's go to Barbara in Naples. Barbara.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not so good.
What's going on?
I have a problem. I have a son that came to the United States from 2002.
Right.
And now he's on his way to Chrome. Is there anything I can do about it?
He's gone his way to jail.
To Chrome, to the
immigration detention.
The ICE
Why?
detention center.
Why?
Because what happened? He was arrested for prowling, something like that.
For what?
And then they throw the case out.
He was arrested for what?
Prowling.
Crawling?
Yeah, if I say correctly.
Prowling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So breaking and entering.
And they throw the case out, and
What do
then
you mean?
afterward,
What do you mean?
an hour.
Does he have a green card?
No, you don't. You don't have no
All right,
documentation.
So the case was dismissed. He's been here since 2002, and they throw the case
Correct.
out. Does he have any
Yes.
criminal record?
What he have a record from him was we used to go to juvenile. I think he go there like 2 times.
Right.
So I don't know if they're going to deport him or what's going to happen to him.
Well, I can tell you if he's out of status, he's getting deported. And I think it was Prince from Staten Island who said to me, if I'm in deportation, what do I do? And you can only do one of 3 things. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. If you're out of status, you got 3 choices if you're in deportation. To beat it and stay here with a green card. 1, don't deport me. I'm eligible for my green card today, and that would be through marriage usually, but it could be other things. It could be abuse, but generally it's through marriage. But there could be other ways you can be eligible for your green card. 2, don't deport me. I've been here for 10 years. I'm a person of good moral character. But he's going to have trouble with that because he's got the prowling, which is the breaking and entering, the 2 juvies, and who knows what else. Or don't deport me. My life's in danger if I go home, and that's going to be like an asylum claim.
Oh, he's never been. He was born in. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
He was born in the Bahamas. He never been out of the country. He came here. He came here when he was 9 months old.
Okay, how old is he now?
He just turned 18.
So how come he never did DACA?
You know what? I didn't really understand about it. I don't know much about it.
How come he doesn't do a SIJ, Special Juvenile Immigrant?
Okay.
There's
a lot of things
where's
goes
his
on.
father?
In Jamaica.
Okay, so guess what? You can go into court, become his legal guardian, and then prove that it's not in his best interest because he's a minor to be deported back to his home country to be with his father, who most likely abandoned him because he's been here since he was 9, and do a SIJ if he doesn't have a criminal record. There's lots of things you could do. That goes back to, don't deport me, I'm eligible for my green card today. But you got to do the right things. So hold on 1 second, Barbara. Okay, hold on. All right, let's go to Francis in Miami, Florida. Francis.
Hello?
Francis.
Hello?
Hello, Francis. Francia, excuse me.
My name is Francia.
Francia, my apologies. Francia.
Yes, it's okay.
Yes.
My question is, I came in the U.S. on a K2 visa. I don't know if you know what is it. Like, it's a K2 visa.
K2 visa
My
is
dad was on a K1.
It's a child of a fiance.
Yes.
So you came up under 21 years old.
Before, I was 19.
Okay.
19. So I never applied for adjustment, and then now I'm 24, and I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and I would like to know if I can apply for adjustment to my marriage. I don't know.
Good question. What the law generally says is if you come up on a K1 visa, you can only get your green card through marriage to that person. K2 doesn't have that same requirement. So I've never seen anything that says a K2 visa can't adjust through a marriage if they didn't get their green card through the step parent. So yes, the answer is yes.
You said
can. So hold on one second. Can, because I'm just going through logically. Can't do it if you come up on a K1 visa, and you have to get your green card through that marriage. You come up on a K2, there is no marriage. You're a step parent. You're a stepchild. So if you get married, it's fine. You could adjust. Let's go to BOLU in Queens. BOLU.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yes, I did my interview in first week in March this year.
What happened?
First week. I did my interview first week in March.
You did an interview in March?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't hear anything from them till August when they sent a notice of intent to deny that they said the death certificate of my late husband, the one I submitted was not recognized. I need to get another one from my country.
Okay.
And they're giving me 30 days to do that.
Okay.
And I submitted it 2 weeks after, and which was in September 20th. And up till now, there's been no information from them. And what I have on my status is that your interview is completed and your case needs to be reviewed.
You submitted the proper death certificate now?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so then wait 120 days. If there's still no answer, 120 days from the time you submit the death certificate, then contact me.
Okay. I can contact the office as well. If
120 days from the day you submitted the death certificate.
Okay. Then if there's nothing, can I contact your office
then
too?
That's when I can help you. From Brooklyn, Mel.
Hello, good evening. I'm so happy to get through.
Okay, what's going on?
I'm okay. I'm good. I would like to know, I have I-360 and also the I-485, okay?
Right.
It's no longer pending. They said that correspondence received and I will get a decision in 120 days.
Right.
So my question is, should I go ahead and renew my work permit?
Yes, because there's no guarantee you'll get a decision in 120 days.
Oh, okay. So I need a consultation.
All right, hold on one second. Let's go to George, all the way in Germany. Oh, wow. George.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling you from Germany.
Yes.
I'm a fan of your show.
Thank you.
I appreciate your work.
Appreciate it. Where in Germany are you?
I'm in Hanover.
Where's that? Where's that near? What major city? Hanover. Hanover, Germany. I've heard of that.
Hanover, yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, fine. All right, so what's going on?
Actually, my mother lived in Chicago since now is 6 years for now.
Okay.
And she already applied for me, which is unmarried over 21.
Got it.
Son. Yeah.
When did she apply for you?
2013.
Oh, so you should be eligible for your green card soon.
She has a green card.
No, you should be.
Yeah.
Do you have does she have an approved I-130?
I don't know actually because my sister is following the case.
All right.
About 2 months ago.
Yes.
2 months ago, the USCIS asked her for evidence.
What evidence? What evidence?
A request for evidence, a birth certificate.
And you submitted it?
Yeah, the second time. She sent back the second time.
And?
Birth certificate.
And?
But I don't know how long it is going to take.
It should, okay, all right. So assuming she did everything right, immigration should approve the case if they're asking for your birth certificate, and your birth certificate should show that the mother on the birth certificate is your mom who's filing for you. And assuming she did it properly and submitted it with a translation, a certified translation, you should have an approval in your sister's hand or in your mother's hand within 120 days of submitting that birth certificate. Once you get that approval, the case will be transferred to the National Visa Center. Generally takes about 8 weeks. So now we're about 5 months from whenever you submitted the birth certificate. Then you process at the National Visa Center because you're eligible for your green card. Priority dates are current. And that can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months depending on how fast you go. Affidavits of support, fee bills, biographic data, police reports, etc. And then the case will get transferred to Germany, and then you apply for your green card. So hopefully, if all goes well, 1 year from now or less, you're here with a green card.
Okay, one more question.
Yes.
My mother is now through the naturalization process.
That's fine. Now, being a son of a resident, being the son of a citizen over 21, it's more or less the same processing times.
But I watched a video of yours saying that if she's going to be naturalized and she wants to keep the green card filing case, it's better than filing again under citizen.
Well, you're not going to file again. You're going to have two choices on what you want to do. I'm actually going to look up. I'm going to actually look up right now the visa bulletin. And if you go to Google and you Google visa bulletin, you'll come up with something that says travel.state.gov, and you click on that. And you click on that, and December 2019. Right now, the F2B category is up to August 8th, 2014. The F1 category is May 15th, 2013. So what you would do if your mom becomes a citizen is you would once the case gets approved and gets to the National Visa Center, you would notify the National Visa Center that your mom's a citizen, but under the Child Status Protection Act, you are electing to stay in the F2B category because your priority date is current there. It may or may not be current in the F1 because I don't know when in 2013 you filed. And if it's not current, you elect to stay in the F2B and you process through, and you should be here in a year.
I don't know if I say it correct. Over 21. Unmarried over 21.
I understand that. Okay. So they're up to unmarried over 21. They're up to August 8th, 2014.
Okay. One last question, sir.
Yes.
Bernstein, this is your last name?
That is my last name.
Okay. I think it's German somehow.
It could be German, but what I am told that my family came from somewhere on the Polish-Russian border. But I don't know for a fact because we all came, not we, I was born in America. I'm fourth generation here.
Yeah.
So great-grandparents from the 1800s. But that's what I'm told.
In German, I'm gonna pronounce your last name in German. It's Bernstein.
Bernstein, that is correct. That is correct. You know, the famous Bernstein from Germany is Leonard, but I'm not related to him.
Yeah.
You know what? That at least I'm told I'm not related to him. I said I wish I was related to him.
That'd be cool.
Yes,
Fun fact.
I have no musical talent. There is no way I'm related to the man. All right. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care. All right, let's go to Errol in Brooklyn. Errol.
Good afternoon, Brad.
How are you, Errol?
I'm doing good.
What's going on?
Question. I went for an interview on the 8th of July.
Right.
and they told me that I would hear from them. I submit everything. And the lady that interviewed us told me that I will hear from them in 120 days, or my lawyer will hear from them.
So it's been 120 days and nobody's heard anything?
Yes.
Right. So what do? You can do one of three things. You can sit on your hands and do nothing. You can write them a letter, go make an info pass appointment, give them a call, say, hey, what's going on? You can that'll give you the runaround for a few months, or threaten to file a mandamus, which would be a pre-litigation mandamus, or literally file a mandamus. Those are your options. It's the options for everybody who spent 120 days waiting on a decision from immigration. So you're in Brooklyn. What you can do is you can make an appointment and you can discuss it with us. See if that's something you want to do.
Can I speak to you off the air?
Of course you can. Hold on one second. It's called a consultation. Okay. Let's go to Kimberly in Houston, Texas. Kimberly.
Hi, Brad. I have a quick question. Good night. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I got my 10-year green card. Well, my daughter also from Jamaica. She's 10 years old, and I have a baby with my husband who's a year old.
Great.
My question is, I work and I am paying insurance out of for my job. It's employed with 2 kids. I'm paying off almost $400 every 2 weeks. Somebody brought it to my attention that I could put them on Medicaid, my kids. But I'm like not wanting to do it because I'm scared I'm not going to be able to get through with my citizenship once I put it in.
It won't. That is not true. You can put them on Medicaid. You already have a green card. It would only affect you if you travel outside the United States for more than 6 months, because then they have a right to look into whether or not you can support yourself above the poverty level. But if any traveling is less than 6 months at any given time, they can't ask you about that. They can't ask you about it. It has nothing to do with your citizenship. But if you were to become a citizen and you want to file for a family member, it would have a chilling effect on the filing for your family member, but not on you.
Because see, I want to do my citizenship so I can file for my parents.
Okay, so then you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to do that then.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
If you didn't want to file for anybody, then by all means go do what you need to do.
You said don't do it?
If you want to file for your parents, don't do it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you're not going to file for your parents and you have no intention of filing for anybody, be my guest. That's what it's there for.
Yep.
So Donald Trump says, that pumpkin guy, he says if your kids, well, wait a second. I hope she's listening. It was for her kids. What did she say? It was for her husband. She wanted to file for her parent. No, but she said the Medicaid was for her kids or her husband. I heard husband, but then I heard kids. So let me be very clear, and I hope she's watching. If you get Medicaid for your children, it has no effect on you filing for somebody else. That is an exception that's been carved out. Medicaid for children and Medicaid for pregnant women and 60 days after the pregnancy. No effect on filing for your parents. If it's Medicaid for you and you're not pregnant, Medicaid for your husband, different story. So let's just make sure I'm clear.
Right.
It has no effect on you becoming a citizen. It only has effect on you filing for other people. Let's finally, our last call of the day, Sarah in Montgomery County, Maryland. Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have a question for you.
Right.
I have a case pending with immigration for over 27 years.
You have a case pending with immigration for over 27 years. And it took you 27 years to call
I've been here. I've been here for 27 years.
Oh, you've been here for 27 years. All right. So what's going on?
I've been here for 27 years. So basically, he was domestic. I came here with misrepresentation. I came here with someone else's name.
Uh-huh. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.